Cool. So just got this training jack in. It's the OTC 5019A, if I remember right, for truck transmissions and all that kind of stuff. And actually, let me grab a... Here's a truck clutch disc for a size comparison. Like, it is a pretty good size training jack. And obviously it's designed for truck transmissions. I've used one of these in the past, but it was an older version and it was a lot better than this one here. This one I just got in recently, and it had a made in China sticker on it, which unfortunately I wasn't too surprised about because OTC is starting to do that nowadays. But essentially this thing's a fucking piece of shit. If you look at some of the welds on here, like that one up there, it's just fucking garbage. Looks like a 3-year-old Chinese girl did that. And you can see like there's missing paint on a lot of different sections on here. All the stampings are really shitty. This piece right here is all really rough cut. Like you can see it was flame cut and they didn't, you know, bother cleaning up the edge on it or anything. There's weld spatter and shit all over the place. If you look up in here at that guy there, it's not painted really worth a shit. The weld sucks. It's just really, really annoying, especially for the cost of what these things go for. When I got it, there was a plug in this guy right here, and so I put this grease fin in here to be able to grease it, and of course it's a fucking metric thread. Why that doesn't come with a grease fitting, I don't know. I added this grease fitting. I drilled and tapped it out for right there to be able to put some grease in there. And this main pivot right here doesn't have a fucking grease fitting on it anywhere. You know, this is supposed to be like, you know, a industrial tool that, you know, is used in a truck shop day in and day out. And they don't do the simple little things like put fucking grease fittings on it. And yeah, you can see, you know, the paint's all shit. You know, there's a nice big old drip right there. You know, okay, yeah, it's not a classic car or whatever, but, you know, these are roughly $2,000-$3,000 tranny jacks, depending on where you buy them. You think that you could get paint that wasn't total dog shit. This here is the adjustment mechanism for the angle. Maybe you can see that moving a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so it's cool. They give you, you know, a nice big, like long hexagonal section here. And I got a short little stumpy wrench that you can put on there, and it's 1.25 inches, and it's like, all right, okay, that's cool. And then here's the adjustment for the angle for side to side. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's not the same fucking size. It's 1 1/8. Like, why the fuck would you make it the same size? That'd be way too easy. It's ridiculous. And on the wheels here, some or another company name says Made in USA on it, but then the wheel just looks Chinesium. Like, it looks like a caster that, you know, you could buy at Harbor Freight or something. And then if you look over here on the wheel itself, it says China. Well, so which is it? Is it made in China or is it made in the US? Like, what the fuck? It's just, it's so frustrating. And then I already peeled all the stickers off it. You can see some of the remnants of the stickers right here. And I peeled them off because they were fucking coming off as it was. They were all, you know, weren't put on properly, and they were peeling at the edges. There was one here and one here. And if you look at the serial number sticker on the side, you know, God forbid it's a piece of stamped aluminum that, you know, would actually hold up over time. That's just a piece of shit printed sticker. It's just, it's really, really disappointing that this is what, you know, a couple $1,000s gets you nowadays. And OTC used to be a really good company. I don't know what the hell's happened, but I'm really disappointed in this. Unfortunately, You know, these are some of the bigger tranny jacks that I've seen. You know, Harbor Freight sells a tranny jack that they say is rated for 2,000 pounds, and I wouldn't put 300 on it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. This top plate here, you can see, has got different folds and a piece of angle iron and whatnot. It is designed specifically for an Eaton Fuller, which is really cool, and I have used these before, and they do work really, really well. They do cradle the transmission well. But, you know, God, I don't know, what's that, 1/4 inch, something like that? You'd think it'd be heavier than that. The release knob here to lower it is, there's a lot of control to it. You know, it has to open maybe, what, maybe even 1.5 turns before it starts moving with any kind of speed. Haven't put a tranny on it yet. I'll take another video when I do get a tranny on it and see how it works, but it's really disappointing just getting it out of the box here. I was going to call OTC today and, you know, tell them that I'm really pissed off with this thing, but, you know, they probably don't care. They're just probably happy to have my money over it and laughing all the way to the bank. But, you know, I know that if I owned OTC, I'd be ashamed to put this thing out the door, especially for the cost. These are not cheap tranny jacks. The cheapest, absolute cheapest that I found it online, I think was like Summit Racing for like $1,600, and you would expect to get a hell of a lot more than this for $1,600. And okay, it's made in China. Like, I'm not happy about that. It should be made in the US, especially for the cost, but China can do better than this. This must just be that OTC has such a low standard for their tools. I haven't seen anything else from them in recent times, but, you know, hell, 20, 30 years ago, they were the go-to for truck tools, and they were great. They were wonderful. They were made in America. You know, their wheel nut sockets are great. Made in US. Not this. Anything else? No? Nothing? Alright. Fuck OTC.